Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. So, in the last episode, we designed this sort of contraption here, and then we upgraded to this one to capture the natural gas from these thermal gas fissures. And off camera, I said I would build the rest of them, and yep, I built the rest of them. And in the process, I basically mined out half of the abyss. So we now are taming all five. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six of these thermal gas fissures. Each of them are emitting 83.3 grams per second. And they are always emitting, except for when this drill turns on, but that's just, you can't avoid that. And you can see in some of them, like this one, obviously the gas reservoir filled up pretty quickly. So in this room, we have a casual 105 kilograms per tile of natural gas. Over here, we have 41 kilograms. It's just all of these have so much natural gas in them, and you can see the biome. There were a few leaks when we were building. It's not a problem. Eventually, I'll clean up the map and get rid of all this. But what I want to do is I want to set up something to do with all this natural gas today. There's a lot you can do with natural gas. Um, and main thing is burn it for power, and you can also use it in a gas range, which I will definitely set up a gas range in our kitchen and just make sure it's supplied with some natural gas. But primarily, what we're going to be doing is burning it. So we're going to set up a power plant somewhere. um, it would probably be better to be down somewhere in this biome, um, just because we're going to be so close to all the natural gas. But it might also be somewhat useful to. Um, it's hot down here, and so I will have to build out of steel. Not that that necessarily matters. And we already have our polluted tank of mixed fluid water down here, and oil. There's a bit of oil. Let me find a spot and then tear it out. So tear out a big spot for me to build all this at. Difficult because we obviously have this massive hot reservoir right here. So we can't really do much about that for um until we cool it enough, which it's always cooling. It's always on. These vents are currently, well, that vent's on, and I think this one very close, 2.2 cycles until it starts turning back on. So yeah, let me figure out a spot for this power plant, and we will get started. You ready with me? If there's one thing I love doing, it's getting distracted. So I'm going to build a transit tube up to space. Eventually, I might build a more efficient way to get to space, as well as properly seal the base. Space and base, oh my goodness. Seal the base properly so that we don't have heat leakage and all that, and also probably take care of heat. But anyways, getting distracted, like I said. I am going to build right here. The transit tube up to space, and I want to do a very minor amount of I want to get research online. Space research. So telescope, we'll put it somewhere up here. And I don't know what does this overheat at. If I build it out of steel, it'll be 275 degrees, and the chance that it ever reaches 275 degrees is like never gonna happen, probably. Or I could always run the output water that is 92 degrees from our desalination plant, and it will be always 90 degrees. It'll be hot, but not overheating. It's not a bad idea, honestly. Well, for right now, I'm just going to build a little simple setup here. Put down the telescope and get a little bit of research. I'll probably build it like up here-ish, maybe. I want to make sure that it's protected from meteors, though, so we're going to put some automation over it. I could use the enclosed telescope, but I don't know. Is there a need? I guess sunburn and radiation protection. Are dupes still able to get sunburned through Atmos suits? I guess we're about to find out. It's not my problem. Finally, the transit tube got built up here. We're still waiting on the last little bits of power cable. But now that the transit tube is up here, it should go a lot faster since they can go from the base all the way up to space in pretty quick amount of time. So hopefully things pick up in pace now. I definitely need to get more duplicates, and as I said, the only reason I haven't is because this oxygen making is already running at maximum. So maybe I'll break back in here, clean this up a little bit, and expand out part of it. We do have almost 400 kilograms of hydrogen gas per tile in here. So yeah, that's something. We have so much burnable stuff. The free tidal turbines are just so good. You don't need to have to worry about power pretty much at all. Um, oh, this actually turned on. Maybe I do need to worry about power. Oh, I'm pulling almost 8 kilowatts. See, this is why I'm going to build the power plant down here. And then once we burn this natural gas, it shouldn't be a problem. Now, why didn't... There we go. Okay, this did turn on. Has it been turning on recently? Oh, wow, it actually has been turning on recently. All right. I guess the power plant is in order, but still, we've managed to get 500 cycles in without really building proper power. So, pretty impressive. Let's see, is this getting... Yeah, it's getting built quick. I think the first research I'm going to go for... I mean, racking flow would be smart so we can actually start ranching, but I think I'm going to go for new media just because I want to be able to see my power grid visibly. And I can set up some automation with the wattage sensor to be able to see that. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to have some research come in. I already put in the virtual planetarium in here, just in the industrial area. Produces quite a bit of heat, so that's why you want it in here. And so we have data banks coming in when Bert decides to get around to coming up here. Whatever Bert's doing right now. And so we're good with this. We are actively researching new media. I know this is completely useless. Don't get me wrong. And that I could be researching something useful like a nuclear reactor or bracking or even starting on rockets, but I just don't really... I'm not getting into rockets just yet, and so I think we'll get into them soon enough, though. But I want to build this power plant now, and that's what those pixel packs are for. So what we're gonna do is we're going to mine out this region right here, right above this geyser, and oh wait, actually, it would probably be better actually just to do it right next door to this. I've just been trying to avoid cutting into here because of how much natural wood there is, but I suppose I need to get around to building an actual wood farm eventually, don't I? And up here is still... There's a little bits of pocket of that biome, but this is definitely the largest pocket of it, and we're about to demolish it. So, what a shame. I am using the wood for refined carbon. My only concern... We'll see. We'll see how much of it I tear out. I might just go, like, halfway and try to leave, like, all from here onward or something. But the reason we want to be here is just because we already have the cooling loop in place, and this is definitely going to need cooling since it produces 10 kDTU of heat per second. And then also we have... Well, it's all a mess. All of the fluids are everywhere, and it's just like, what can you do about it? This fluided water will dump somewhere, and the carbon dioxide... I don't know what we're going to do with the carbon dioxide just yet. I don't think... I'm pretty sure that the natural gas generator can't overpressurize, but I guess we're going to find out when we put a bunch of these in here. The main issue that this is going to bring is we're going to have to pump up a lot of these gas pipes. And we're going to have to figure out... We're just going to have to bump up a lot of these gas pipes. Let's put it that way. So this is what we're going to start with for the design. It's going to be pretty small, just 5 natural gas generators hooked up to... This is going to be the input reservoir. I I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Each of these produces just under what a single generator requires. So I could theoretically run just under 6 always, like if I needed the power constantly. I don't get nearly close enough to need to run these constantly. And so I'm going to build up a lot of natural gas. And so I think what I'm going to do is buffer the gas, and then I could run off of a single gas pipe. I could run up to 10 natural gas generators. And I decided that was a bit too much. I don't need 10 running yet. Um, but I put in 5, hooked up the automation so it turns on when everything else is low. And we're just gonna collect the polluted water down here and then output the CO2 here. Um, Eventually, as I need more power, this is gonna be expandable, and I can expand more or add more generators on. Basically, it's just if I need to have more at one time, then I will add it. Um, Basically, just like I only need to have enough generators for peak loading, and then most of the time, as you can see, I don't need to even turn on the excess generators. So I'm going to hook up at least this one for now, and we'll work on hooking up the other ones here in due time. All right, we have the natural gas coming in right here, and it just sits in this gas reservoir before essentially it gets ready to go into any of these natural gas generators, should we need it, which we will see. Um, since this one has been turning on, okay, it hasn't turned on very much, but if it ever is needed, then we will have this backup power ready. So, I know it's a little bit of a shorter episode, but I think I'm going to end it here for today. And next episode or off camera, I'm going to hook up all of these output ports and make sure that they come up into this power area. Um, and we'll just hook it all into the grid here and make sure that we can burn it all if we need it, so we equally can take from all of these. Um, and then next episode, I think what I want to do is I want to finally start getting into ranching the sequines for what's it called? Ovaline, and then Ovaline becomes caviar and a bunch of other stuff. But mainly just getting the caviar would be nice. It gives bonus to food, and then we need it for getting this duplicant here. We have to give them caviar. Which, speaking of, did I ever end up completing? Yeah, I did complete the one up here, giving them sushi. So we'll get work on that, and then we're getting close to. Well, I do want to tame the volcanoes on the map, but maybe we'll start doing some actual rocketry and going to the other planets in the what is this called? Cluster? Whatever. Every game has a different name for their star system clusters. Um, so yeah, got a reliable supply of power. We can do pretty much whatever we want, as long as it doesn't take an absurd amount of power. Um, the steam turbines from this is pretty much handles our power needs consistently for most of the time. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. And thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time.